Okay, y'all, it is going down. Y'all are never gonna believe this. Well, you'll believe it. I didn't believe it, but then I did. Apple is buying ads for apps in its ecosystem, and you're like, thank you, Kasim, I can read. You know what's funny is I highlight the pertinent parts of an article. I highlighted this whole damn article. It's unbelievable what they're doing. It's unreal. Apple is buying ads for high-value apps in their ecosystem. So there's a bunch of apps inside of Apple's ecosystem that aren't Apple apps, mind you. These are Tinder, Plenty of Fish, Bumble, HBO. So Apple's buying ads for apps. The ads are being placed without the developer's consent, and Google won't delete them, which means that at some point the developers all agreed to allow Apple to utilize their brand. They have permission because Google's terms of service require that to use branded phrases, especially in ad copy, you have to have licensing or whatever the terms would be. So this is a form of ad arbitrage, and it's been going on for at least 2 years. This is what's really interesting. The ads don't disclose that they're from Apple and look like they're actually coming from the apps. But they're all being placed from a single source or entity, which makes sense. Now, you think to yourself, like, well, who cares? Like, I've got an app inside of Apple's ecosystem, and they're advertising for me. That's awesome. Thank you, Apple, for the free ads. No. Because all of these entities have the ability to monetize outside of the Apple ecosystem. If you're in Apple's ecosystem, you're paying Apple a commission on every single in-app purchase to the tune of 30%. I think sometimes it gets a little bit less than that, but it's a significant amount of money. Here's what Apple's doing. Apple's stealing their customers because, and it says it later in this article, I didn't come up with this, Apple has figured out that they can make more money off these developers if they push people to the App Store to purchase there versus a web flow. If a user signs up to a service via an iOS app, the developer's forced to pay Apple a 15 to 30% commission. If they sign up directly on the service's website, the developer gets to keep all of the subscription revenue. Y'all, this is genius, but nefarious as hell. Apple, imagine you're HBO, and you're like, well, if I sign somebody up via the web, I get to keep 100% of my subscription revenue. If I sign somebody up via iOS, I get to keep 70% of my subscription revenue. Apple is poaching HBO's customers, bringing them into the iOS ecosystem in order to capture that revenue. It's brilliant, but like, wow, that's shady. And they're not asking advertiser permission to do that. So that's got to be embedded somewhere in the Apple terms of service. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to see trillion-dollar brands pulling, like, I mean, I won't say what I think it is because I don't. Anyway, wow. That's unreal. But the other thing that's actually really interesting and relevant, too, for all of us is if you have an app that you're advertising, you're now going up against Apple's arbitrage engine, right? So if you were a competitor of, let's say, Plenty of Fish, you've got your own dating site, or Tinder, Bumble, or whatever. It's a lot of dating sites, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? That's dating. I think Bumble's dating. Bumble app. Yeah, Date, Meet, Network. So Apple's going straight after dating sites. Man, what does that mean? That means that the monetization potential inside of dating sites is something that Apple has really identified, I guess from a continuity perspective, as being high. And the ones that Apple is bidding on have to be the ones with the highest retention, because otherwise they wouldn't be spending that money on that user acquisition cost. So that's a signal there that we should be paying attention to as well. But man, crazy to see that. You almost have to be proud of Apple. It's almost like bravo, like well done with stealing your strategic partners' profitability. Unreal. Anyway, I shoot a video every day, as you know. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give us a thumbs up. That lets YouTube know we actually know what we're doing. We shoot a video every single day, so if you want to be notified, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any input, don't hesitate to hit us up in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. We get very little human interaction. Thanks for supporting our channel, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.